Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. I'm joined by Rick Glanville, the official Chelsea historian. Rick, I have something that's very close to my heart that I want to talk to you about. That is the new stadium. How do you feel? Are you happy that we're maintaining our Stamford Bridge residency?
Oh, absolutely. I think the fact that we will, we've already gone up past 110 years, the fact that we'll be going possibly for another 100 years on exactly the same spots is absolutely thrilling for me. And the interesting thing about the proposals, and if you look at the aerial shot of the design, the footprint, what architects call the footprint of where the stands will be, is actually so close to the original stadium that I first started attending in the 1960s, because the west stand was elongated. It wasn't a regular bowl shape. It wasn't a rectangular shape. It was this kind of protruded element. So actually, we're going back to our roots with this new stadium, and I know that the attention to detail on it. I mean, I worked on Under the Bridge, which is the music venue, which everyone should go to. Because
I've been in there. It used to be a nightclub called Purple that I used to go to in my young pulling days. No, it never worked.
Well, you could try and go there in your old pulling days, and now, because it is. I was involved in it from the outset and helped to sort of conceive it. But the thing is, when you work with Mr. Abramovich on a project like that, because this was his personal project rather than a club one, and you know that you're going to get the best sound system, you're going to get the best lighting system. There is everything is the best it can possibly be. If you're a billionaire, of course.
Who would have thought?
Think yachts, that's what it's like. If the same production values are applied to the new stadium, which I've no doubt they will be, it is going to be absolutely second to none in the world. Everything will be taken into consideration, all the environmental issues, the spectator comfort, the views. I mean, nothing is left to chance.
The atmosphere, something that's very close to what I'm worried about. Do you feel like the atmosphere?
He feels very strongly about that,
really?
Of course, yeah. I mean, what they'll be doing is, it's difficult. Look, I always say, Rory, I've got to say, people talk about the atmosphere and, you can blame, if you like, the physical conditions, or you can actually blame yourself and say, why don't we sing a little bit more? Do you know what I mean?
I do make a racket, but I often get told to sit down.
Well, no, but that's not the stand doing it, is it? That's
true.
That's unfortunately the people that are surrounding you. And I always think that because I started going, as I say, in the 60s and 70s, and sometimes, when it was an open bowl shape, the sound that you were creating just went up into the if it was a strong wind, you couldn't hear yourself singing. But you had and sometimes you just didn't feel like it because the team was playing so badly. But we're not in those. It's a different kind of coziness now, isn't it? But I think that there's the way that they're conceiving the new stadium will provide something that we have never had at Stamford Bridge, really, even now, and that is a roof that will project sound back onto the playing surface.
You get the acoustics right.
Absolutely, because the shed, we eulogise about the shed. I loved standing on the shed under the left stanchion just at the corner of the roof, but it didn't cover the whole end at all. And so no sound was projected. The west stand had a bit more, it was a bit more enclosed, so that used to be a bit better. The east stand was very open, and the north stand, until the 90s stadium, didn't have any cover at all. So I think, it was really exciting. And also, as I say, attention to detail. If you look at the designs, the metalwork that's forming barriers and things like that on the new designs of the stadium echoes the staff of the Abbot of Westminster that is on the Chelsea badge. So you've got the lion, rampant lion, and then you've got the staff that the lion's holding. That's from the Metropolitan Borough of Chelsea coat of arms in 1905.
I did not know that.
And that's what all the metalwork is going to reflect that. So we're going forward and we're going
to hold on to the past.
We're holding on to the past. We're knitting ourselves deeper into our locality.
That's fascinating. So that badge is due to the coat of arms of the local area.
Yeah, look, it's the.
That badge, does that
exactly? That's you see, it doesn't really look like a staff on the digital version, but that is an abbot's staff, so like a religious staff that the lion is holding.
Who knew?
And the lion itself comes from the Cadogan coat of arms, and you will have heard Cadogan Cadogan Square.
I went to school on Cadogan Square.
Well, there you go, Rory.
Hill House, then, now and always.
Well, I'm a North Londoner, so we didn't have all the sort of the posh names like Sloane is another. Now, you see, the Cadogans married the Sloanes, and that's how they got all the property, because the Cadogans own Chelsea.
Yeah.
So between Kings Road and Fulham Road, they own the lot. So Sloane Square is one of those, and they still own it. Cadogan Estate still run all of those things. And their coat of arms, which is actually originally from medieval warrior chieftains in Wales, would you believe? That's the lion. That's where we get the lion from. That is part of the badge we have now. So the most amazing thing, if you think about it, all the polls and everything that is done by marketing people, they say Chelsea is one of the most recognisable brands around the world. You know, you go to Africa, Asia, any part of the world, they recognise the Chelsea badge. Well, if you think that is a medieval coat of arms, basically, that has been created into a brand and is now marketed to the world. So there's a little bit of medieval Wales that we are taking to the world.
That's so interesting. Rick, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us. If you guys knew about that, please comment below. Let us know about the badge. I find that sort of history fascinating. And be sure to get hold of Rick's book. Rick has written a book with loads and loads of information. It's our complete works, our complete history. So be sure to get it. Cheers for watching.
Where did it go wrong? When did it go wrong?
It's the lack of passion in the team. It's unreal. Something is wrong in that dressing room and it needs to be sorted out right now.